Huawei P20 Pro review. Finally, there's a Huawei iPhone you might actually want to buy. The Huawei P20 Pro brings a swathe of new features to the Android market, including a clever triple camera and hugely impressive battery life. But can Huawei really take on the might of Samsung, Sony, HTC, and Google? Here's our full Huawei P20 Pro review. Huawei P20 Pro review. Pros: nice design with a premium feel, incredible triple camera makes photography easy, never-ending battery life, good display. Cons: no headphone port, no wireless charging. Huawei's EMUI is not a patch on Google's stock Android. If three's a crowd, then Huawei is about to cause a whole lot of trouble. The Chinese technology firm unveiled its new P20 Pro smartphone late last month, and it's giving its flagship rivals a serious run for their money with the inclusion of a radical triple rear camera. Huawei is boasting that this advanced Leica-branded system is able to capture more light, more details, and more beauty. So, is this triple snapper simply a gimmick, or is this now the smartphone to beat? Express.co.uk has been putting the Huawei P20 Pro through its paces, and here's our ultimate verdict. Those cameras. Where better to begin our review than with that radical new triple camera that you'll find neatly placed on the rear of P20 Pro. Huawei is confident that this is the best smartphone snapper on the market, and they might just be right. The P20 Pro has so many party tricks up its sleeve, even the most amateur of photographers should be able to snap like a pro. The triple camera allows this phone to add DSLR-style depth of field to your images, as well as offering a 5x hybrid and 3x optical zoom. There's also a f1.6 aperture which helps shoot photos when the lights get low, and the inclusion of the incredible night mode means you can even get decent results in total darkness. That's because the P20 Pro uses some clever tech to open the shutter for up to 8 seconds whilst automatically keeping the lens perfect still in your hands. As you can see from the photos below, which were taken at exactly the same time, the results are hugely impressive. See below, P20 Pro on the left and iPhone X on the right. Like most modern devices, you can use the camera in fully manual or automatic modes, with Huawei refining its clever artificial intelligence software to predict what you are shooting. This may sound like a ridiculous gimmick, but this AI actually works really well. The minute you point the phone at something, such as the family cat, the device instantly sets itself to take the perfect picture. The same happens in hundreds of scenarios, including shooting in snow, on the beach, fireworks, green landscapes, the list goes on and on. Leaving the camera to decide how to take your pictures probably won't please pro photographers, as it does tend to over-exaggerate contrast, color, and highlights. But for those who want stunning happy snaps without any hassle, the P20 possibly offers the ultimate phone photography. Along with the incredible image quality, there's also the ability to film super slow motion footage at 960 frames per second. This slow motion option isn't anything new, as Samsung and Sony both offer something similar, but it's a nice addition to this brilliant camera. Huawei's Leica-branded 40-megapixel camera has really taken us by surprise, and it's almost certainly the best currently on the market for overall features and image quality. P20 design and display. There's plenty to like about the look and feel of the P20 Pro. Huawei has refined its design with this latest device, featuring a premium glass and metal construction that gives it all the appeal of its flagship rivals. Everything is placed in the right position, with Huawei even managing to keep the fingerprint scanner on the front of the phone. This does mean the display isn't fully edge-to-edge, and there is a small chin at the bottom of the phone, but that's a small price to pay for getting this popular sensor back where it belongs. Like many new Android devices, Huawei is copying Apple with a notch at the top of the display which houses the speaker and front-facing camera. Although it was widely criticized when the iPhone X launched last year, we've never had an issue with this design quirk, as you tend to forget it's even there once you start using the device on a daily basis. The 6.1-inch OLED full-view display is very good and offers a decent viewing experience with plenty of color and contrast. It's probably not as good as Samsung's Galaxy S9 but, to be honest, nothing is beating that display right now. On the rear of the Pro you'll find a case that's covered in gleaming glass which looks and feels ultra premium, especially with Huawei bringing some exquisite colors to the P20 Pro. Although we love the glass appearance, using this highly breakable material is our only real criticism. Many other manufacturers have opted for glass as it allows wireless charging, but with the P20 Pro not featuring that technology, we can't help feeling a stronger design may have been a more practical option. One final thing to note about the P20 Pro is that it's a big phone, about the same as an iPhone 8 Plus, and is probably best avoided if you're after something subtle to slip in your pockets. Battery and speed. The P20 Pro has a monster 4000 mAh battery tucked inside its glass body and it's mighty. This is one of the biggest power packs ever seen in a phone and means the Pro will easily get you through a day and beyond. In fact, you may find yourself going for a couple days without needed to refill this device, and when it does finally run low you can refill it to over 50% or in 30 minutes via duct fast charging. It's impressive stuff, but this giant battery does come with one glaring issue. As we've already mentioned, unlike every other manufacturer, Huawei hasn't included wireless charging. This hassle-free way of refilling your smartphone is growing in popularity, and not having it on the P20 Pro has, at times, been annoying. We have a wireless charger at home and on the desk in the office, and we've really missed not throwing the phone down for an instant boost. This missing feature is a trade-off for the being able to include such a huge battery, so you'll just have to decide what's more important to you. Along with the bigger battery, there's also a new Kirin 970 processor which brings a slick experience to this smartphone. AndroidIf. There's good news as the P20 Pro arrives running AndroidIf. Sadly, the Chinese smartphone firm continues to add its unique style to this popular operating system. The new EMUI 8.1 skin is certainly an improvement over previous attempts with easier menus and a less cluttered look. However, we can't help feeling that it really is about time Huawei followed companies such as HTC and Nokia with a more pure Android experience. Switching on the P20 Pro will still see users get a face full of annoying duplicate apps, with many appearing like they've come straight from Apple's design studio. There's still no Android apps drawer and some menus do feel a little overcomplicated. The P20 Pro is certainly moving in the right direction, but other devices definitely offer a better experience for the Android faithful. Extra features and one thing that's missing. Like most modern Android flagships, the P20 Pro is packed with bonus features including a water-resistant design. There's also a massive 128 GB of internal storage, although it's worth noting that this isn't expandable. For watching content you'll find some decent speakers which include Dolby Atmos technology and some clever AI to detect the type of audio you are listening to, adjusting the level to give you the optimal listening experience. And there's facial recognition. One can unlock the device just by looking at it, which works well, although it's not as reliable as Apple's Face ID. So what's missing? There's one fairly big feature that you won't find on the P20 Pro, with the device missing a headphone port. The headphone port being removed is also likely to annoy some users, although it's something we're all going to have deal with as there's very few devices that now include this socket. Price. In the past, Huawei has kept prices lower than its rivals in a bid to attract attention to its phones. However, there's nothing cheap about the P20 Pro. This is a premium phone aimed at the flagship end of the market, and, whilst it's not as expensive as the £1,000 iPhone X, it will still set you back a cool £800. Contract prices are also high, with an average cost of around £40 per month. Verdict. Huawei has been making smartphones for years, but nothing has grabbed our attention quite like the P20 Pro. This flagship easily keeps pace with the competition, and in many ways it actually outclasses its rivals. The triple camera is fabulous, it looks great, and that battery life is so impressive other manufacturers should be embarrassed about their lackluster performance. We also like the fact that Huawei has managed to keep the fingerprint scanner on the front of the phone, which makes it far easier to use. There are a few niggles, including Huawei's insistence of meddling too much with the Android OS. The missing headphone port, very high price, and omission of wireless charging are also negatives that may annoy some owners. However, these faults can't overshadow what is otherwise a truly fabulous phone. If Huawei was trying to make everyone sit up and take notice, it's certainly achieved that. The P20 Pro is up there with the best of them, and we wouldn't be surprised if Huawei's trophy cabinet isn't full with awards by the end of 2018.